Hi guys. Sorry if this lighting is like trash. I'm currently in a hotel room and this is the best it's gonna get for right now, so just bear with me. But today I'm trying to do the midway through the year freakout tag. You guys know what it is, but yeah, I read I think 30 I think we're around 32-ish books right now. So I feel like that's a fair amount of books that I can talk about them and give you guys some recs, some not recs. We'll see. Let's get on the list. So first question is best book you've read so far this year, and I think I will have to say After Dark by Haruki Murakami. This book was such an unexpected good book for me. I don't know. I've been trying to slowly inch my way through Murakami's catalog, and this one I really didn't have high hopes for it. It wasn't something that I was expecting it to be good, but I read it on a plane and I read it all in one sitting. It was incredible. It was so fast paced. It was so interesting, and this book plays a lot with time. It all takes place within a couple of hours, at night. And I think Murakami does a perfect job of pacing as well as playing with time in a more surrealist way. It's really cool. I definitely would recommend I think it's a great book to get into Murakami if you've been wanting to get into him, or if you just wanted to give it a try. I would give it a try. I like it. It's good. Would recommend. The second question is best sequel you've read so far this year, and I think the only sequel I've read so far this year is The Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri. It's the sequel to The Jasmine Throne, which I loved. I ate it up last year. I was loving that book. So the second one came out, I waited a little bit, read it earlier this year, loved it. Great book, great series. I think if you like high fantasy, if you like sapphics, if you like good world building, multiple POVs, but not in a confusing way, I think you should definitely get into the series, and it's just gonna get better and better. I think it's only gonna be a trilogy, so only one more book to come out, but it's really great so far, and I feel like it's so underrated. No one's talking about it, and I don't know why. Next question is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to, and I'm going to say Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I literally have this book sitting on my shelf and I haven't read it yet because I'm a little scared, because I love everything that Miss Rebecca puts out. Poppy War, ate it up. My favorite series of all time. Babel, amazing. But Yellowface is just something I would never pick up if it was anyone else, so I've been kind of waiting it out, trying to hype myself up for it. But I'm trying to give myself a month-long period where I'm you have a month to read this, or it's it needs to get done by then. So we'll see if that happens. If not, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's just I need to get through it. Okay, next question is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And guys, I know there's books I've been anticipating. I just can't remember them right now. And I'm a very go with the flow type of person. I'm not really, I'll be in the middle of a series and I won't even care about when the next book comes out. I'll just pick it up when it does come out. So I could research some books I know is coming out that I want to read, but right now, just say there's some. I just don't know what they are yet. Next question is the biggest disappointment so far, and I might get a little bit of hate for this, but it would have to be Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. I know the girlies were eating this book up. They loved it. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I read it in summertime. Maybe I love the idea of no plot, just vibes, but it needs to be executed well, and I feel like this book started off so good, so everything was going so well, and then it just didn't go where I wanted it to go, and it just turned into something I didn't want it to, and so it kind of made it a little bit unenjoyable. But it was good. I get why people are eating it up, It's very atmospheric, and you get like all the good vibes of like kind of like you know it. But I think when I was reading it, the writing wasn't as impressive as I thought it was gonna be, and I really don't love the whole like tortured artist type trope, and it just had a lot of trigger warnings too that I wasn't aware about. And so maybe it was just a me thing. I was just unprepared going into the book. It wasn't the right time of year. I just was expecting something that wasn't giving. So yeah, maybe it was on me. Don't hate me. But it was just kind of disappointing because I was like had the highest hopes. Next is biggest surprise. I think it would have to be A Memory Called Empire by R.K.D. Martin. I might have butchered that name, but it's like a sci-fi book, which I love fantasies, I love high fantasies, but I think crossing that bridge to sci-fi has been really hard for me. But this book was awesome. It was so unexpected. I loved it. I ate it up. It was not that confusing to understand, honestly. Like maybe the first like 50 pages I was like trying to catch up, but other than that, I loved it. I love when books have their own like linguistics like tied into it, and this book really delved deep into it. So it has like its own like language systems, and like I love the world building is just incredible in it. It's so good. I need you to read it. Also, my favorite part were the names in this like empire. Like I can't even describe them, but like they're like a number and then like a thing. And so like one of the main characters is like called 3 Seagrass, and I don't know, like once everyone has names like that, it's so fun and awesome, and I think it's so unique because you just don't read books like that. And like they have like an importance, like the numbers mean something, and like there's like different, like it means stuff in society, and it's so cool. And like I would love to see more like if fantasy and sci-fi books do that, because it just makes the reader experience so much better, and it makes the world feel so much more like whole. I don't know. Okay, next is new fave author. Guys, this is kind of hard. I haven't been reading a lot of new authors, I would say, but maybe Murakami. I don't know, which it sounds like such a dumb response because Murakami's so popular and like whatever, but I have been reading so much of his books, and there's been quite a few misses but a lot of hits, and the hits are like high. Like reading like After Dark and then Kafka on the Shore was incredible to me, minus the weird parts, so it might have to be him. Don't hate me. Okay, angle might have changed a little bit. Sorry guys, but it's happening. Okay, next question. Newest fictional crush. I might be basic, but I read Little Women this year, and Laurie, like I get the hype. About him. He's a little fun, he's a little charismatic, he's smart, but also like, you know, I don't know, I liked him a lot. I loved his character, and for an old book, he was pretty well written, like still holds up today. So I'm gonna say Laurie. Newest fave character, I think I'm gonna have to do Bree from the Legendborn series. I read Legendborn last year and then Bloodmarked this year, and she was like always like one of my top characters. Like I loved her, but like I just love seeing her development through the books and seeing her like grow as a person and like grow into her like powers and stuff. Like she is so strong, she is so badass. Like I don't know, it's cool seeing her just mature and like, I don't know, just accept herself and fight for what she believes in. Like that's one thing about her, is that she's gonna fight. Like I don't know, I loved her character. I can't wait to see how the series wraps up, and yeah, I actually love all the characters from that series, like Sel, Nick, Bree, like all of them. So just take anyone from that book that's not like racist or bigoted. So book that made me cry would have to be Night Crawling by, I can't think of the author, but you'll see it. But I just finished that book a couple weeks ago, and when I tell you, like, I think it just really resonated with me because it talks about like family relationships and like sibling relationships a lot, and I'm super close to my family, and like just going through so much with them. It felt so real. This book was tragic, like, but like by the end of it, I was sobbing. I felt so bad, and not even like a bad way. It was just like so well written, and I just resonated with the character so much that it felt personal to me. So yeah, it was a good cry. Book that made me happy, I read Carmilla, the like classic, this month, and I think it made me happy for the trivial like, ooh, like classic vampire sapphic novel. And I read it, and I read the version where I think it's Carmen Maria Machado like doing the like editing, and she does like the footnotes, and it's so funny. I loved it. It was so good. But yeah, the story was good too. It was like a solid read, and I read a classic, another one, so. But it made me happy. And my edition had like pictures in it, and I love me a good picture book. I love me a good picture book. Book to movie adaptation. I don't think I've seen any this year. Guys, I'm not really a book to movie adaptation type of person. I mean, I'm looking forward to the Summer I Turned Pretty season 2 coming out in a couple weeks. Yep. We'll see how that goes. Books I need to read by the end of the year. Judging by my like physical TBR, I really want to get to Mistborn soon, Brandon Sanderson. The like Jade City trilogy by Fonda Lee. Need to get to that. It's like iconic in the fantasy realm, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet because I have the first one sitting on my shelf. I want to read more romances this year, and I just haven't picked up one at all. So if you guys have any good romance recommendations, please give them to me. Like nothing cheesy. I don't know, I'm very picky with romance, so it just has to be good. I want some good tension. I want a slow burn. I don't like fast. I don't need any of that other stuff. I want a good romance. So I do have the first book of the Addicted series, and I feel like I'm not gonna love it. But I do want to give it a try because people swear by those books and those characters in that friend group. So, and I love me a good found family. So, I really want to reread The Poppy War sometime soon, but it's so much emotional damage that I don't know if I'm going to get to it this year. But if I can, I will, and I want to. So, anyway, I think that's it. I might have missed a question. I might have gone out of order, but it's late and I'm in a hotel room and I just want to go to sleep, so I'm ending it here. Thank you guys for watching. Comment something in the comments below if you watched to this point. I don't know, but go ahead, like, subscribe, do what you want. I'll see you next time. Bye.